Welcome to EXCiPACT for excipient users, where we discuss how does the EXCiPACT certification program work. EXCiPACT signs a legal agreement with every certifying body that signs up to the EXCiPACT certification program. Each of these companies has a legal agreement where they commit to apply EXCiPACT standards and rules and to employ exclusively competent auditors that have been registered with EXCiPACT. This agreement guarantees the integrity of the program and its deliverables. EXCiPACT audits the certifying body and verifies that every aspect of the agreement is being implemented. When the certification body is approved, they can officially audit the excipient suppliers interested in getting certified. The supplier initiates the process by sending a request to the certifying body. The certification body assigns an EXCiPACT registered auditor to conduct the audit of the excipient supplier. The auditor performs the audit, prepares the report, and submits them to the certification body with recommendations concerning the conformance or not of the excipient supplier. It is very important to note here that the certification body acts as a secondary independent reviewer, and if the excipient supplier conforms to the EXCiPACT certification requirements, they issue an EXCiPACT certification to the supplier. Now, the excipient supplier can advertise that it has been certified. This means that it is compliant with the highest international quality standards. Additionally, the supplier can provide its customers the EXCiPACT certificate and the audit report and any corrective or preventative action plans. This is a direct exchange between the excipient supplier and its customers. It doesn't require any involvement of EXCiPACT or the certification body in this process. Now there is a transparent, unbiased audit report readily available to every pharmaceutical manufacturer that wants to do business with them. The EXCiPACT website allows to validate the document and to review a complete list of certified companies. If you have any doubts, you can contact the certification body directly. How about the auditors? A list of registered auditors and certifying bodies is also available at the EXCiPACT webpage at www.excipact.org. As you can see, it's incredibly easy to verify the audit report and their certificates as well as the certifying bodies and auditors. How does this relate to the ISO standards? All the auditors have to be registered, and they have to comply with the standards of the basic competencies in the ISO 17021-23. And they have to demonstrate good knowledge of quality management systems, GMP, pharmaceutical regulations, and excipients. All this is tested via the EXCiPACT Auditors Training, a 2-day course that includes a thorough test at the end. Every EXCiPACT registered auditor has to take the training and pass the test. Then they will do a supervised audit, usually with a fellow qualified auditor from a certifying body, but occasionally EXCiPACT will witness these as well. After that, they need to go through continued professional development to ensure they stay current with developments in pharmaceutical knowledge and GMPs. The certifying bodies also have to comply with the core principles of ISO 17021. They have to be impartial and they have to demonstrate competence in the field. They have to be accountable and open while respecting confidentiality at all times. They need to be responsive to any feedback, either from EXCiPACT, excipient suppliers, or their customers. And they need to take a risk-based approach to many decision-making processes. How can a pharmaceutical manufacturer take advantage of the EXCiPACT certification program? It begins with the documents provided by the excipient supplier. They obtain a certificate, the audit report, and the CAPA plan from the supplier. Then they can verify the certificate, the certifying body, and the auditor on the EXCiPACT website. They can contact the certifying body directly to confirm that the audit report has not been adulterated in any way. It takes very little time to confirm all the information. Let's compare a supplier qualification versus a third-party certification. You could do a desktop audit and your supplier would fill in some details and pass that to you. How good is that? Well, it's limited. It is based on complete trust the supplier is going to answer everything honestly. It can be subjective, and there is not an independent verification of the information provided. If you perform the audit, that's great. That's probably the best possible standard that you can adopt, in that your auditor will visit the supplier's plant. You have a clear understanding of your excipient specific needs. You're looking for the risks and threats to patient safety that may arise. And that's perhaps the gold standard. But is it? With EXCiPACT, you don't get one report. There's an audit every year under the ISO standards. If you ask your supplier for the yearly audit reports, you will soon build up a knowledge bank detailing their audits, GMP, or GDP conformance. That far exceeds what you can achieve with your own audits. The key thing you need to think about is how to integrate EXCiPACT into your supplier qualification process. Many pharmaceutical companies have now updated their procedures and SOPs to indicate that EXCiPACT certification, audit reports, and COPPA plans can be used to complement their own audits and, in some cases, to replace them. It's always best to do that on a risk-based approach. You can use a valid EXCiPACT certificate and the certification of audit reports, study them, and make sure that if you have any additional questions, you go to your supplier and ask for further details. The EXCiPACT certification program also includes a timely process to inform users of certification, suspension, or withdrawal. That has to be learned from the excipient supplier, but the details will be updated on the EXCiPACT website as soon as it happens. And if EXCiPACT doesn't cover all your needs, then perhaps you can have a follow-up remote user audit to go over those additional topics that are important to you. That's a really good use of time. Don't spend a lot of time on the basic GMPs and quality management system. Focus on the things that are really of greatest concern for you. Take advantage of EXCiPACT to streamline your supplier qualification process. If you have questions, visit www.excipact.org.